ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवतिर्नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुक्तपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादा सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, we'll start with the recitation of the shlokas. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जन्माद्यस्य तो अन्वयात् इतरश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञ स्वराट् तेन ब्रह्म हृदय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूर्यः तेजो वारी मृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो अमृषः धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तः कूकं सत्यं परम धीमहि। धर्म प्रोजित कैतवो अत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वैद्यं वस्तुम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रय उन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा परेर् ईश्वरः सद्यो हृदयो अवरुद्धे अत्र पृथिवी शुशुभि तत्क्षणात्। निगम कल्पतरो गलितं फलम् सुख मुखात् अमृत सव्य संयुक्तम् पिबत भागवतं रसमालयम् मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुका। प्रायेण अल्पायुष्य सभ्य कलव अस्मिन् युगे जनः मंद सुमंद मथयो मंद भाग्या ही उपद्रतः। नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये स वै पुंसा परो धर्मो यथो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहेतुकी अप्रतिहता या आत्मा सुप्रसीदति वासुदेवे भगवती भक्ति योग प्रयोजितः जन्यत्याशु वैराग्यम ज्ञानं च यत् अहेतुकम् धर्म स्वनिष्ठित पुंसां विश्वक्सेन कथासु यः न उत्पादे यदि रतिं श्रम एव हि केवलम् धर्मस्य अपवर्गस्य नार्थो अर्थाय उपकल्पते नार्थस्य धर्मैकान्तस्य कामो लाभा हि स्मृतः वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वविदः तत्त्वं यज्ञानम् अद्वयम् ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान् इति शब्दते अतपंवीर्द्विज श्रेष्ठः वर्णाश्रम विभागसः स्वनुष्ठितस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर्हरितोषणम् शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवण कीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थितो हि अभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्श्रुताम् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवतिर्नैष्टिकी वासुदेवे भगवती वासुदेवे परादेवा वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परायोगा वासुदेव पराक्रिया वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम तपः वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागतिः. Okay, we have completed what verse? 23. Okay, we will complete these two verses also, and then we'll start with the lecture. Ete cha amshakala pumsam vishwaksena katha krishnastu bhagavan swayam indriyari vyakulam lokam मृडयन्ति युगे युगे कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्म ज्ञानाविभीषः कलौ नस्तधर्मस् एषः पुराण अर्कोऽधुनोदितः. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Dipali, you will have to get the Veda base. You will have to put the verse what we have completed the last verse. Okay, till then we'll take a fast recap what we did in the last lectures, earlier lectures. So What was the matter we had discussed? Come on, turn your notes and let me know. At least Saturday to Saturday you will turn your notes. Otherwise then you don't open your book also. Yes, fast, tell me. Yes.
Probably in verse number 1.2.21.
Give me from 18, na? What we are studying from 18. Yeah, we discussed about that 4 important verses which we had discussed. Shrunatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Hridantyastu Tu Hai Abhidarani Vidunoti Surasadam. Then Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu Vityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Tata Rajastamas Bhava Kamaloba Adhyas Che Chete Rana Vittam Titvam Satve Prasidati Evam Prasannamantu Manaso Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. Then what is that? Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. To the next line. Come on, open the book. Arey, what is this? Look, book bhi bol rahe hain. Bhagavad Tattva Viganam Mukta Sangha se jayate. Bindyate hriday ganti shindante sarva samshaya shiyantescha karmani drishtva eva atmani ishvare. So this was a full series which we had discussed. And after that one more verse I have taken. Which is that verse? 2.20, right? 23. No, I have completed up to
21. You just spoke about 21.
Acha, last time I spoke about 21. Okay. Acha, Vidyante Hriday Ganti Sindante Sarvasham se. Okay, fine.
And we heard the stories of
Kumandas Chandrahas. Yes. So 20, we have to start today from 24, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's repeat 23 first. So what does it 23 say? The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the 3 modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance and destruction, he accepts the 3 qualities in the form of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Of these 3, all the human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of quality of goodness. In fact, I wanted to discuss about Shivratri, Shivji, but unfortunately it was on a weekday. And nowadays getting you all on a weekend also it's a very difficult job. So what is the question of getting accept the mode of ignorance, and he is giving us a lot of message. You know, we all call Shivji as Pashupatinath. What is the meaning of Pashupatinath? What is the meaning? Bolo Shiv. So you didn't leaving any scope for me to talk anything further. You clean bowled me over there. Yes, Pashupatinath.
पूरे इंडियन दुनिया में 2 टेम्पल सर इंडिया में एक है और नहीं पाता है.
Yeah.
Probably guess. Is it like the authority of ignorance?
Not ignorance. We are, see, in a way what you said was right. Pashupati और नाथ. क्यों नाथ की जरूरत क्या है? Why नाथ की जरूरत है?
They are in control as in.
No, if one who is not having any shelter of anyone, or he is not being taken care by anyone, he is as good as अनाथ. So अगर भगवान नहीं है आपके जीवन में तो आप as it is अनाथ हो. So you don't have to come from अनाथ ashram to become an अनाथ. You are as it is born अनाथ if you don't have God in your life. So Nath means one who takes care, protects you and takes care of you. So that is the main reason, one of the main reasons which we have to understand. Secondly, we have to also understand that Pashu, who is called as, who referred to as Pashu? Pashu means what? Pashu means we all humans are also as good as Pashu. In fact, Vishnu Sahasranam, we humans are referred to as Janto, Jantu. कीड़े जंतु बोलते हैं ना, तो हम लोग को विष्णु सहस्रनाम में नाम दिया. इवन इन भागवतम couple of shlokas this refers to as जंतु. जंतु मतलब inconspicuous viruses. We are like inconspicuous viruses. And पशु का और एक अर्थ है one who is indulging in sleeping, mating and defending. Yes, माता जी बोलिए. Yes, Pashupati, Nath. Nath means one who is taking care of guardian. That's good. So we can understand this, that Shivji in this form, he gives us a lot of message. What does a Pashu, how does a Pashu behave? How does a Pashu behave? चलो आपने गाय को खोल के छोड़ दिया तो क्या करेगी? वो किसके भी खेत में जाके घुस के खाएगा. एंड वो देखेगा नहीं ये अपना खेत है, ये दूसरे का खेत है. इट गो इनटू एनीवन फील्ड, और फील्ड क्या होगा, वहां पे उसकी पिटाई होगी, अच्छी तरह से मार खाता है. ऑल एनिमल्स टेक नाइस बीटिंग. सम पीपल से they are very forgetful. After 5 minutes again they come. Just to take some more beatings. Don't worry. We are also running like this for sense gratification. We all are running for sense gratification like this. And we are taking beatings again and again, birth after birth. Every birth we have taken enough beatings, but still, let's try once again. Some new more beatings, because our sense satisfaction, desire for sense satisfaction doesn't go. And what does he do? What does a Nath do? He keeps the animals tied up in one place. And when he is tied up, he thinks, "Arey, I am tied down. This Prabhuji is so bad. Every time he is busy asking us how many rounds you are chanting, how much you are doing devotion service, are you doing your Mangala Arati, are you doing your sadhana well, are you able to refrain yourself from sense gratification, at least if not follow the 4 regulative principles." But still, these are also bindings. Right? ये भी एक तरह से बंधन ही है. बट इस बंधन में क्या फायदा है? कम से कम हमको बीटिंग तो नहीं मिलता है. एटलीस्ट वी डोंट गेट बीटिंग. ए काउ व्हेन इट इज टाइड टू अ फेंस और समथिंग, it feels, oh, I am so unhappy, I am so unlucky. Look, there is so nice grass. I can go and eat that nice grass and feed myself and become nice, feed my senses. Like that, even human beings also feel, Hurry, why we are following 4 regulative principles when my other people are enjoying well, life is to the fullest. But one has to understand, the one who is tied up, he is saved from further beatings. So Shivji gives very nice explanations, but we are so dumb that we cannot understand these explanations. Is understanding. We say, Shivji bhang पीते हैं, हम भी भांग पिएंगे. और शिवजी जहर पीते हैं, आप भी पियो थोड़ा. कॉपी फुल्ली ना, या आधा क्यों कॉपी करते हो, पूरा कॉपी करो. सो लॉर्ड मेक श्योर, शिवजी मेक श्योर दैट हम जो पशु वृत्ति वाले जो व्यक्ति हैं, हमको एक मनुष्य की तरह बिहेव करने के लिए, हाउ वी आर सपोज टू बी बिहेविंग लाइक ह्यूमंस. अ सेकेंड नाइस पॉइंट इन शास्त्र इट सेज these type of bindings are a type of let's say in पहले जमाने विलेज में लकड़े को सब बांधते थे, lot of wood used to be logs of wood, they used to tie it up, एकदम टाइट बांध दिया. तो अगर कोई बोले कि प्रभु जी इसको खोल दो, इसको निकालो, इसमें से निकालो, या इसका गांठ ऐसा बांध रहा है कि खोल नहीं सकते. आज के जमाने में आंसर इज वेरी सिंपल, जस्ट टेक अ सीजर एंड और अ नाइफ एंड कट इट ऑफ. बट इन दोज डेज, अर्लियर डेज, व्हाट दे यूज्ड टू डू, दे यूज्ड टू टाई another rope to that, but that rope used to be still tighter. They used to not tie the knot, they will just tie it and try to make it more stronger, so automatically the wood gets little compressed, so automatically the earlier knot can be pulled out. Same way, by these bindings on us, so called whatever Shastra gives those bindings on us, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, offer food, eat food which is only prasadam, don't eat any outside junk food, and then claim, oh Prabhuji, I am doing sense gratification. Then one who is able to do that, for him that is this binding, that extra binding, and then it relieves the person of his karma bandhana. The karma bandhan which we are always into, that karma bandhana is relieved. Otherwise we are always stuck in the karma bandhana. हम लोग सब कर्म बंधन से कहीं ना कहीं बंधे हुए हैं. Our enjoyment and our suffering is related directly, not indirectly, directly related to our karmas. So somewhere or other we have to understand that it is our karma bandhana which is leading us to problems. Another way, Shivji gives a very nice message. Why does Shivji always sit, कितने लोग ने शिवजी का विवाह के बारे में सुना है? जब सती को शादी करने निकले थे तो कैसे निकले? हाँ, फिर भी कैसे निकले? हाँ, लगा के और वेरी नाइस, भस्म लगा के, करेक्ट, स्कल का माला लगा के, फिर सांप उनके गले में, वेरी गुड, और भारती सब अघोरी, और किस पे गए? मर्सिडीज गाड़ी में गए, नंदी बैल के ऊपर बैठ के गए. सो वी आर सो डम, वी कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड शिवजी तत्व. नंदी बैल के ऊपर बैठ के गए, शिवजी गए, तो व्हाट डज दिस मीन? What does the bull represent? वो तो उसको साले साल नहीं, वो तो इसके अपना विष्णु के साले साल. और यमुना माता जी से शादी हुआ ना, यमुना जी से शादी हुई ना, तो यमुना जी का भाई कौन है? यमराज. आज भी जाओ, मथुरा में है वो मंदिर, जहाँ भाई दूज के दिन वहां पे you can't stand, so crowded. And it is said on Bhai Dooj day, one who comes and serves them, Yamaraj will never go and trouble them. Because that is what the sister had asked. Because on the day of Bhai Dooj, Yamaraj was served very nicely by Yamuna Devi. So Yamuna Devi said, what will you, भाई ने पूछा क्या चाहिए तुझे? तो बोला हाँ बस यही चाहिए कि आप किसी को सताओ मत. तो बोला हाँ ठीक है, जो यहाँ आके on the day of Bhai Dooj, whoever comes here, उनको हम कभी सताएंगे नहीं. So once we will go Mathura, only thing is you have to be careful about those pandas. Very dangerous pandas are there, so we have to be careful. हाँ बोलिए, what does this bull represent? This represents dharma, the four legs of dharma. I had explained earlier the four legs of dharma. What does the four legs of dharma, Prabhu? Who can answer? हाँ,
truthfulness,
हाँ, You said two things. Cleanliness, austerity, and truthfulness. It is representing the opposite of four related principles. That is meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling. And these four are refuted by the four legs of dharma. So, what does it say? Even if one wants to lead life, Shivji says, if one wants to lead life, can lead life very nicely, very happily, no problem. But it should be led on the principles of dharma. इसके लिए धर्म के ऊपर आरूढ़ होके जाते हैं वो. He doesn't take आज चेंज के लिए साइकिल वाला भी नहीं तो शादी करते हैं तो गाड़ी लेके जाता है बाराती के साथ. But he says no, I want to be in another way. What does Shivji? How did Shivji sit on the thing? How did Shivji sit on the Nandi bell?
एक पैर ऊपर एक पैर नीचे. आधी आलके पास. आधी आलके पास.
नहीं. बोलो. क्या शिवजी कुछ मालूम नहीं है. कलयुग का शिवजी है ये तो. No. He was sitting ulta. He was sitting ulta, not facing the front. He was facing the back. Everything has got tattva. Everything has got tattva. He is facing the Bharatis. और भारती में कौन है? भूत पेश और सारे देवता बैठे हैं. So he is going ahead. तो now the point will raise. लेके जाना तो नंदी बैल को है ना. Like suppose if you are a passenger in the car, the driver has to see ahead. The other people, whether they sleep upside down, whatever it is, it doesn't make any difference. The vehicle is going to go because the driver is going to lead. So Nandi Bail is going to take everyone. So what is the problem? What does this mean? He said, Vishnu is also there in the Bharatis. In the Bharatis, Lord Vishnu is also there. And he wanted to understand. Everyone was watching Shivji. So you all may be focused on your worldly things. Be focused. शादी है, बारात चल रहा है, तो बारातियों का देखभाल करो, संभालो, जो भी करना करो. बट दृष्टि कहां होना चाहिए? Where should be your focus? On Vishnu. You look after Nini, how can I show my back to my Devatas? So Devatas को मैं देखूंगा. After all is Devadidev, Mahadev. So Mahadev has to take care of his Devatas. So that is why this is very important. You have to understand how Lord accepts these forms. In fact, it is said, Vishnu was also laughing at Shivji. Hey, what a dress up, what a makeup. On the day, in the most ugliest personality goes to the ब्यूटी पार्लर एंड एकदम रगड़ के एकदम अपने आप को चमका के लेके आता है. एंड व्हाट इज शिवजी डूइंग ऑल दिस? एंड विष्णु इज ऑल्सो लाफिंग एट हिम. बट शिवजी वॉज ऑल्सो लाफिंग. सेड यस, when the world is not understanding the principle, and when Lord is initiating them to be laughing at me, why should I stop them? Let me also laugh. So if this bhava we have to develop, we all should understand. If someone is talking ill about you, if someone is talking bad about you, he is able to do, because Lord says in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the 5 factors which are required for completion of any action. And there what does he say? That it is what the Panchamam is, Daivam, Lord's sanction. So he is saying, if someone is talking bad about me, that is also possible because Lord has sanctioned. So he says, when a Lord has sanctioned in everyone's heart to laugh at me, let everyone laugh at me, no problem. So the Shiva Tattva is very, very subtle, very, very soft. In the Samudra Manthan, when the Samudra Manthan was going on, बेनिफिट किसको था? वो तो एंड में हुआ, बट इंसेंटिव किसको दिया गया था? देवताओं ने जाके असुरों को बोला कि भाई जे मंथन अपना अमृत निकलेगा, दोनों शेयर करके बांट के लेंगे। तो महागठबंधन वहीं पे शुरू हुआ। आज जो भी पॉलिटिकल महागठबंधन देखते हो, क्या होता है? व्हाट इज महागठबंधन? चल जो भी बेनिफिट आया बांट के खा लेते हैं। है ऐसे तो हम लोग दुश्मन, वी आर रेडी टू किल ईच अदर, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू सम बेनिफिट्स, लेट्स फॉर्म महागठबंधन। तो यहां पे वो लोग ने महागठबंधन किया और सब तकलीफ उठाया, सब जगह was working. I mean, when I will discuss the Samudra Manthan Leela, we will discuss at large. But let me, I'm coming to the main focus of the point what I want to emphasize on today is that they got the mountain to the Shir Sagar, and Vasuki Nag was pulled, and as usual, first the Vishnu and other devatas, they went to the face part, the head part of the snake. And what did the asura say? Hey, we are so great. We are really, actually, we are the purple persons who are entitled for the head part. You want to give us the tail part? Useless. हम लोग tail part नहीं लेंगे, head part ही लेंगे. So all they, oh, please take. Vishnu said, yes, please take. क्यों? मालूम है जब घसेगा तब वासुकी के मुंह से पॉइजन का आग निकलेगा और वो उससे पूरा काला पड़ जाएंगे। मतलब जाओ, ऐसे लोगों को सीधा बोलेंगे तो नहीं जाएंगे, तो ऐसा करेंगे तो जाएंगे। That's how human tendency is also. Humans are also very much like asuras. We like all dirty, unwanted things. We take very great pride in that. We take lot of pride in that कि भाई घटिया है तो क्या हो गया, मेरे पास है। We have that unwanted pride. So this is asura vritti. So finally Samudra Manthan started, and the first thing which came out was wish, halal wish. Halal wish. What is the difference between wish and halal wish? What is the speciality of halal wish? By the smell of it itself, one person can die immediately. What to talk about? Taking it internally take it. The smell itself is so powerful that a person can die. ठीक है, तो अभी हलाल विश हुआ, वापस सब लोग देवता भाग गए विष्णु के पास, भगवान प्लीज सेव अस. Immediately what did Vishnu say? Go and contact Shivji. So was Lord Vishnu incompetent in handling the matter? When he was competent enough in getting the mountain, first he gave the idea. The idea was Lord Vishnu. Everything, this is that Ajit avatar. It is in the Bhagavatam, this comes as Ajit avatar. He gives the ideas. Then he makes sure that the Vasuki mountain, the mountain is lifted. When they were not, devatas were not able to lift the mountain, it was Lord who lifted the mountain and kept it on Garuda, and Garuda kept it on the Shir Sagar, and then he put it on the Shir Sagar. Then he took the tortoise form because the mountain got sunk in the ocean. Then he took Ajita form and he sat up to keep the balance on the mountain. So everything he is doing, the entire Leela he is doing. He has got all these, the whole Leela he is handling. Only when the wish comes, he is saying, no, I cannot take care, you go and contact Shivji for this. So immediately all of them came to Shivji and they asked, Shivji, please, आप थोड़ा सा प्रसाद ले लो थोड़ा. क्या प्रसाद? ऐसे ऐसे हलाल विष निकला है, हम ले नहीं सकते हैं, हम क्या करेंगे हम लोग. The smell itself, the devatas and the asuras were dying. So what to talk about? How we will take it out? So he said, fine. Once the proposal came, as an obedient husband, he asked his wife, क्या विष पीने जाऊं? ऐसे ऐसे लोग ने रिक्वेस्ट किया है विष पीने के लिए. तो immediately the wife, if it was a modern wife, she would have said yes. अच्छा वो आप पी रहे हो, नहीं तो मैं ही पिलाने वाली थी. अच्छा आप भी पी रहे हो, अच्छी बात है. मैं सोच रही थी पिलाने की, तो आप पी रहे हो, अच्छी बात. जाइए, आपका LIC पॉलिसी विल सब लिख के जाना बस. Here, when Shiva asked Parvati, do you think I should go? He said, yes, you should go, because it is the wish of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, and Vishnu has said, and it is the interest of everyone. And she was confident that Shiva knew, or he could digest, or how to tackle the situation, she knew very well. So when Lord Shiva went to that place, he collected the entire wish and he drank it. When he drank the neck, he held it in the neck itself. He did not take it down. Why? How could he control it in the neck? He is called as Neelkanta. Vishram means Aram. That is Neelkanta. He is already called as Neelkanta. He always chants the name of holy name. भगवान का नाम हमेशा जपते रहते हैं, रामचंद्र जी का नाम हमेशा जपते रहते हैं, शिव जी. तो वो इस कंठ में ही रह गया. Some people came and told me, नहीं प्रभु जी, एक्चुअली पार्वती माता जी ने गला पकड़ लिया. My God, people come with such crazy explanations, na? They're so foolish and crazy. So he said, no, गला दबा दिया, इसके लिए उधर रुक गया. नहीं. So why did Lord do that? He wanted to show, जो अमृत पी के देवताओं को अमर बनना था, शिवजी, who is Mahadev, he is Amar even after drinking the. So this is what Lord Vishnu wanted to highlight this in front of the entire devatas. Every aspect of our entire Bhagavatam, or the Leelas done by Lord, be it be Lord in the form of Shiva or Lord in the form of Vishnu, we have to understand that there is a reason behind it. There is a perfect understanding which Lord wants to give us. But the only problem is people either misinterpret or are too busy in their worldly matters that they don't want to understand. That's the problem. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Verse number 1.2. जा नहीं रहे. हाँ, verse number 24, 1.2.24. Firewood is who can read this? Come on. Yeah.
Firewood is a transformation of earth, but smoke is better than the raw wood, and fire is still better. By fire we can derive the benefits of superior knowledge through Vedic sacrifices. Similarly, passion, rajas, is better than ignorance, tamas. But goodness, sattva, is best because by goodness one can come to realize the absolute truth.
So that is why it is evam prasanna manosu. Why it was, you have to come to mode of goodness. We are all basically either in the mode of passion or in the mode of ignorance, most of us. So by the process of vidunoti, cleansing, what happens when cleansing is done? What happens when the cleansing is done? All our anarthas are cleaned. But that is not enough. Please try to understand, that is not enough. How does that anarthas go? By listening to Harikatha. When we listen to Harikatha, all the anarthas go. then how will you promote yourself from goodness to pure goodness? That is possible only and only by pure devotional service. Some people may say, oh, I am now chanting and I am following 4 regulative principles and I eat only Krishna Prasad and all that. Good. That means you have now reached only mode of goodness. From mode of goodness, you have to go to mode of pure goodness. For that, you have to do complete devotional service. Unless until one doesn't do complete devotional service, he doesn't go to that level. Cleansing, it's like, we clean this house. Is it enough? You need to paint it, you need to decorate it, we need to have some nice artifacts and all those things inside the house to make the house fully beautiful. Just cleansing it is not, but that is the first step. It's not that I will not clean the house, I'll put artifacts and I'll put nice painting and all, it will not serve. So first, Rajas and Tamas has to be crossed and then we go to Shuddha Sattva, Vishuddha Sattva. That is what is called as pure goodness. Vishuddha Sattva. Sattva means goodness. Vishuddha Sattva means pure goodness. Okay. Yes, who wants to read this?
Previously, all the great sages rendered service unto the personality of Godhead due to his existence above the 3 modes of material nature. They worshipped him to become free from material conditions and thus derive the ultimate benefit. Whoever follows such great authorities is also eligible for liberation from the material world.
What do we understand from this? Very important verse. 1.2.25. Very important verse. Please. Yes, Jagat Prabhu, can you please put some LED light on it? Nowadays light nahi bolna padta, LED light bolna. Say, it's very important. Previously, all the great sages rendered service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead due to their existence, due to His existence above the 3 modes of material nature. So what do we understand with this? First and foremost, how Lord is connected in the 3 modes of nature, but still He is out of it. How did I explain? How many of you remember the example? हाँ बोलो. हाँ बोलो. Explain fully. हाँ.
जेल के अंदर रहता है पर वो कभी भी बाहर अंदर आ सकता है.
तो
जेल के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस
So you have to explain, Prabhu, you have to explain like this कि जेल के अंदर कैदी रहते हैं who are suffering for their deeds. So we are also in this jail to suffer for our own deeds. हमारे पूर्व कर्म क्या हम लोग सुख या दुख भोग रहे हैं. हम लोग एंजॉयमेंट के नाम पे भी दुख ही भोग रहे हैं. डोंट वरी. हम लोग एंजॉयमेंट कर रहे हैं. वी थिंक वी आर एंजॉइंग बट वी आर एक्चुअली वी आर सफरिंग. दैट इज वाई वी हैव टू कीप ऑन चेंजिंग अवर एंजॉयमेंट. नो, ये हफ्ता पिक्चर देखा, चलो अगला हफ्ता घूमने जाते हैं. तीसरा हफ्ता कच्चा होटल में आके खाना खाने जाते हैं. फिर चौथा हफ्ते चलो ISM रिसोर्ट में जाते हैं. पांचवा अब रोज पार्टी तो होना ही चाहिए प्रभु जी. वीकेंड सैटरडे नाइट तो पार्टीज तो होना जरूरी है. और पार्टी में पार्टी शार्टी भी चलेगा मेरे को. सो दीज आर ऑल डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ सर्चिंग फॉर मटेरियल हैप्पीनेस. बट ये मटेरियल हैप्पीनेस मिलता है इसमें? कहीं भी नहीं मिल रहा है. बट स्टिल might be next time. That is why every time you go to a picnic or you go for an outing, why you decide during the outing, next outing हम लोग वहां करेंगे. That itself shows this has not satisfied your requirement. Same thing happens in our spiritual outings also, but that is different. What it is different? That lobha, that lust for more spiritual knowledge or spiritual guidance is always required. But generally what happens? People materialistically, they want to enjoy for more. So this is how we have to understand that Lord is above the 3 modes of nature, in the sense He is not bound by the laws. That is why you may say, Prabhuji, हम लोग यहाँ आप बोल रहे हो ठीक है, हम लोग अपने पुराने कर्म भोग रहे हैं, ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मैंने कभी न किसी का बुरा किया रहेगा इसलिए मेरे साथ बुरा हो रहा है। मगर हमारे बीच में भगवान क्यों आ रहे हैं? क्यों आ रहे हैं? बिकॉज ही वॉन्ट्स टू टेक यू आउट। नाउ यू विल से प्रभु जी हाउ कैन ही टेक आउट? रामचंद्र जी खुद कैसे आए? पत्नी के लिए सीते सीते करके रो रहे हैं। भगवान ऐसा होता है? भगवान ऐसा करता है? भगवान जाके एक बंदर के पास प्लीज हेल्प मी, बंदर आ उसको हेल्प करेगा? How foolish, how ridiculous, someone may say. But to understand that in a higher realm, we have to understand only God can save us. Why? The simple understanding is, suppose, let's say all of us in this classroom, everyone is sitting in the chair with their hands tied behind. Okay, and we can't move also. Totally tied, our hands are tied behind. Who can come and unlock our hands? One whose hands are not tied. वही आके अपना हाथ खोल सकता है, नहीं तो कौन खोलेगा? So who is the person whose hands are not tied? We are all having our hands tied with the law of karma. I can ask each and everyone individually, प्रभु जी आराम है? हाँ प्रभु जी मजे में, बढ़िया. But in the heart of heart, everyone has got a problem. Everyone. I can ask this small kid also. You have a problem? Oh, पूछो मत, बहुत problem. What about that kid? Even that kid will have say, Allah, I've got a lot of problems. That small kid will also say, I have a lot of problems. So, there's no one in this world who doesn't have problems. So, we are all tied with problems. So, who can save us? It is only the Lord. That is why the great sages, they have rendered service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why we should render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Why we should serve God when we can serve a dog? My question is, why we should serve God when we can serve a dog? Why should we serve God? The problem is the dog himself is in the yoni where he is not able to come out of the cycle of birth and death. How can he help you? Whereas if you go to God, he is above the three modes. He is a person who has got the power to pull you out from this cycle of birth and death. So it is better we serve God rather than serving any dog. Here doesn't apply only to the four-legged dogs. Huh? There are two-legged dogs also. There are many two-legged dogs also moving around here and there. So we are, what's the use? However you may do for a person, it will always be less. कितना भी कर लो इंसान को. बच्चे को पूरा जिंदगी आपने किया, बड़ा होने के बाद क्या किया आपने? आपका फर्ज निभाया. That's what all children say in the end, you know. And so expecting something in return, that is also equally bad. Why you want to expect? That is what is the first part of Karma Yoga itself is. Don't expect anything in return. That's the first part of Karma Yoga, which has been wrongly interpreted. तुम क्या लेके आए, तुम क्या लेके जाओगे, हाँ तुम क्या है, what is it? आज जो तुम्हारा है कल किसी और का होगा. All that nonsense. I'm teaching for so many years Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, but I had never read. कहीं भी वो mention नहीं है. All concocted, खुद का खिचड़ी बना के डाल दिया. हाँ तुम क्यों, हाँ जो आज तुम रहोगे, what nonsense. First I was also very much excited. हाँ कल किसी और का था, आज मेरा है, परसों किसी और का होगा. So even I was also when I was very young, I was very fascinated. Oh, might be Gita must be saying like this. तुम क्या लेके आए, तुम क्या लेके जाओगे. The end I said, yeah, क्या लेके आया? मेरे कर्म का बंधन लेके आया. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, तुम लेके आए, अपने कर्म का गठरी लेके आए हो, और क्या कर रहे हो इस मनुष्य शरीर में? यू आर क्रिएटिंग ए न्यू सेट ऑफ कर्मस, और वो गठरी लेके जा रहे हो. सो व्हाट इज दैट? दिस टाइप ऑफ गीता सार एंड ऑल इज ऑल नॉनसेंस. सो वी हैव टू ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट द अल्टीमेट liberation or a person who is entitled or eligible for that, it is possible only and only when you serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And these great sages have already shown us this process. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Yes, who reads? Jigar, read.
Those who are serious about liberation are certainly non-envious, and they respect all. Yet they reject the horrible and ghastly forms of demigods and worship only the all-blissful form of Lord Vishnu and his plenary portions.
See, here we have to understand that we are talking about pure devotion service. You know, dharma projito kaitavo atra, yatra nirmat saranam sata. What does this mean? Dharma projito kaitavo atra. Projit means, kaitava means what? Is any religion wherein you are having a barter system. रिलीजन के नाम पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं? बार्टर सिस्टम कर रहे हैं कि भाई मैं 16 सोमवार करूंगा, मेरे को पति दे दो, 16 सोमवार करूंगी, पत्नी दे दो, ये वो, वॉट एवर इट इज. These are all actually not dharma. They are called as kaitava dharma. Kaitava dharma मतलब cheating dharma. Now you will say, what is cheating dharma? Wherein, as I explained to you last time, like very bitter medicine is there which the mother wants to give to the child because he wants to get him freed from the fever, from the disease. But then the child is not ready to drink it. So she mixes it with honey, or she tells him, you drink this kadwa medicine, I will give you one laddu. So this is the, barter system, wherein the child is drinking the medicine not knowingly that he is sick or he wants to get relieved of the sickness. He just wants that laddu. And vice versa, what does the dharma says? Okay, at least in this form you will do some devotion service. So we have to understand that those who are serious about their liberation or who are serious about getting out of the cycle of birth and death, for them it is going to be, no, this is gone, completely gone. Okay, leave it. So for them, for those people, it's not working, it's over. So for them who are not serious about devotion service, for them it is like चलेगा, हम लोग धर्म कर रहे हैं, हफ्ते में एक दिन क्लास तो आ ही जाते हैं, भगवान प्रभु जी को मुंह दिखा के आते हैं, हरे कृष्णा बोल के आते हैं, बस. That is not dharma. Then it becomes kaitava dharma. And what does this Bhagavatam talk about? It talks about pure dharma. So it is said dharma projita kaitava atra. Projita means free from all duplicate dharma. The otherwise we are all busy running behind duplicate dharma. And duplicate dharma आज कौन भाग रहा है? क्यों भाग रहा है? Only because of one thing. हाँ चलो मेरा काम हो रहा है, मैं जाके कहीं भी चद्दर भी चढ़ा के आ जाऊंगा, कुछ भी करूंगा, कुछ भी तरह का पूजा करने को तैयार हूँ, किसी के पास भी कुछ भी तरह का चीज करने को तैयार हूँ. Why this is possible today? Today we are seeing people from one sect running to another sect just because they want to get their sense gratification fulfilled as per their expectation. But they don't understand, it is everything which is running is because of only and only because of their past karmas. Only the past karmas one is able to get or he is not able to get is because of his past karmas. If the day, that is why here it is saying very nicely, yet they reject the horrible and ghastly forms of demigods. Why ghastly forms of demigods? Horrible. Srila Prabhupada writes very nicely, the horrible and ghastly forms of demigod, and worship only the all blissful form of Lord Vishnu. You know how it is worshipping Lord Vishnu? Does anyone have an idea? If suppose God comes and stands in front of you, God means only one God, rest are all demigods. Devi Devata hai, Bhagwan nahi, Bhagwan ek hi hai. And just imagine if Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu in the 400 form is called Vishnu, in the 200 form is called as Krishna, comes and stands in front of you. You know how you will feel? What you will feel? आ गया ठीक है, चलो mission accomplished. Then what you will do? Yes, Deepali, if Lord comes and stands in front of you, what will you go and request God? What do you have to request? The first thing.
Glorify the God.
Glorify the God, okay?
The obeisance.
ठीक है. Let's come out of the buttering habit. Huh? Something more. हाँ ठीक है. स्तुति करोगे, वेरी गुड. देन व्हाट? बोलो. हाँ. ठीक है. बून. हाँ तो आ गया ना, अपना लेवल पे आ गया ना.
Let it remember at the point of fear.
Why you have to take all that? You have to earn that. Your devotional service has to be strong that you can earn that. Why don't we want? We are so fascinated about reservations, no? We want everything for free. We don't want to work for it. We don't want to slog for it. Either we can buy it or we want to get it for free. That's the attitude you should not have when you're doing devotional service. Yes, Raishwar Prabhu, what will you do?
Whatever you preach, that I'm waiting.
It is said when Lord comes in front of you, He's so enchanting that the minute you see that Lord, you cannot move your eyes away from Him. So you have to, first thing you have to request God is, Lord, reduce your attraction towards me so that I can serve you. Otherwise we cannot serve Him also. It's so attractive. उसको ही देखते रह जाओगे. जैसे आप लोग का आजकल वीडियो, वैसे वीडियोस देखते रहते हो, फोटोज देखते रहते हो मोबाइल में, इसमें उसमें. It's so attractive that first thing you'll have to ask Him, Lord, please reduce your attraction. I'm not able to serve you, because you cannot serve Him also. Because Lord is so enchanting and so beautiful. So that is why it is said, ghastly and horrible forms. Ghastly and horrible forms is, the reason is, mind you, Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma bhuvana loka punarvartantitino arjuna maam upetitu kauntiya punarjanmana vidyate. All these are higher living beings. All demigods are higher living beings. And any living being, as long he is a living being, he is going to be horrible and ghastly. Because there is always desire. Like when we saw in Govardhan Leela, what happened in Govardhan Leela? You didn't serve me, what will I do? Indra said, you didn't serve me, no? Chalo, मैं आंधी तूफान लेके आता हूँ, पूरा वृंदावन को डुबा दूंगा. Then Lord had to lift the Govardhan and save them. So all demigods, what did Brahmaji do? He wanted to check whether he is really Krishna. He took away all the things. So demigods exhibit their kahin na kahin their ignorance or their passionate nature. What did Indra do? He showed his passionate nature. Hey, I am powerful. You are supposed to, fall down at my feet and pay respects to me. So that's what he was doing. So that is why we have to be always worshipping the all blissful Lord. Okay, next go to next verse number 27. Okay, read the translation. 1.
Those who are in the modes of passion.
1 minute. Now you can read.
Those who are in their modes of passion and ignorance worship those in the same category, namely the forefathers, other living beings, and the demigods who are in charge of cosmic activities. For they are urged by a desire to be materially benefited with women, wealth, power, and
Progeny. See, you have to understand one thing. Whatever worship you may ask for, what you will ask for? The better spouse, wealth, power, progeny, all those things can be asked for. So what does this mean? What does this whole process mean? कि when you are going to do any devotion to demigod, कोई भी देवी देवता का पूजा करोगे तो आप सिर्फ ये 4 ही मांग सकते हो. कोई आज तक देवी देवता को पूजा करके लिबरेशन मांगा है? मुझे मुक्ति दे दो, जन्म मृत्यु के चक्कर से बाहर निकालो, मांगा है? मालूम अगर रहता भी, चलो अभी मालूम पड़ गया, चलो आप जाके अब मांगो, गणेश जी से जाके मांगो, संतोषी माता से मांगो. अरे भाई, आप हार्डवेयर के दुकान में जाके ब्रेड का पैकेट मांगोगे तो मिलेगा? हाँ, आप सब्जी वाला सब्जी बेच रहे हैं, उसको जाके आप बोलोगे मेरे को एक बल्ब दे देना, इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब दे देना. या कपड़े के दुकान में जाके आप पूछोगे कि मुझे थोड़ा तेल दे देना. जिसके पास जो है वही दे सकता है. देवी देवतास कैन गिव यू एनी ऑफ दीज 4. ही कैन हेल्प यू provided it is there in your prarabdha. Suppose for example, if someone is going to get married, marriage is there, but marriage is there, let's say at a later age. So by doing that Devi Devata puja, what happens? The marriage can be preponed by a couple of years. But if it is there in your prarabdha, you will get. If it is not there, then where will you get from? कहाँ से मिलेगा आपको? So that is why those who are in the mode of passion and ignorance worship those in the same category. It is like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. इंद्र क्या बोला? तू मुझे खाना खिला, मैं तुझे बारिश देता हूँ. So that is what the 4th chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, when you will be reading the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, you will understand very nicely the cycle. That yajna is a cycle. By doing yajnas, demigods are happy. By doing fulfilling the demigods' wishes, the demigods give us rain. In rain, you get seed, that is harvest. You again eat, and again you do yajna, again this cycle. So it is a एवं प्रवृत्ति चक्रम. There is word used is एवं प्रवृत्ति चक्रम. वो चक्र चल रहा है, वो ये चलते ही रहेगा ये चक्र. बट इस चक्र में अंदर फंसना नहीं है. An intelligent person is one who gets out of the cycle of repeated birth and death. And namely the forefathers and other living beings and the demigods who are in charge of the cosmic activities. They are only in charge of department. कार्तिकेय हैं, he is in charge of defense minister. वो युद्ध कराने के लिए उसको देखेंगे. What does अग्निदेव? हाँ, देवों में देव महादेव. He is none other than Shiva, none other than Vishnu. When you see the categories, Brahma has got his maximum 50 qualities. Shivaji has got 55 qualities. Vishnu has got 60 qualities. Krishna has got 64 qualities. So ये कैटेगरी में पूरा क्लियर कट बटा है. Only up to Brahma. That's why what does Lord say? आप ब्रह्म भुवनाल लोका. Up to Brahma, everyone has to die. Ganesh ji has to die. Varun Devata has to die. Agni Devata has to die. All your Devi Devatas have to die. And don't worry, even you all can become a Devi Devata. Suppose you are doing very nice devotion service, but not 100%. ऐसे ही कुछ बीच बीच में मांग लूंगा तो आपको बोलेगा ठीक है, आपको देवता बना देता. So one day you all can also become Brahma ji. But what is the use? After long lifespan, again you have to come back to the same cycle. So it's better not wanting any power and post to become a demigod or become Indra and dance with the Apsaras. Better we get out of the cycle of birth and death. For they are urged by the desire of material benefit with woman power, with woman wealth, power and progeny. So it is those who want these things. And there is one step ahead. There are some people who say, प्रभु जी वो तो एंड में मिलने वाला है ना. At the time of death I will get liberation. Till then कुछ तो चाहिए ना. Wealth is required, name, power, everything is required. So I am double smart. I'm double smart. I'll do this as long as I'm alive, and once at the time of death, then my devotion service will help me. But mind you, in the process of doing this and achieving this, you are creating a new set of karmas. And that will not allow you to go out of the cycle of birth and death. Provided, what does Lord say in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya maam ekam sharanam braja. So many years, even at the time of death, just before, 1 minute before death, you realized कि what I have wasted my entire life asking for गाड़ी दे दे, बंगला दे दे, धंधा दे दे, फैक्ट्री दे दे, ये दे दे, वो दे दे, सब मांगा, उसी के लिए सो कॉल्ड डुप्लीकेट भक्ति की. ठीक है, जो भी था धर्म के शास्त्र के प्रमाण से किया. बट एट द टाइम ऑफ डेथ व्हेन यू हैव रियलाइज्ड कि नाउ आई शुड नॉट waste my time asking for all these things, I should surrender for the Lord fully. That time Lord says, aham tvam sarva papebhyo, मैं तुम्हारे सारे पापों को मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः, I'll forgive. What is the inference you get from this? I made two statements. What do you get the inference? Yes, Rajesh, tell me. What the inference did you get from this? It's a very hairline difference. That's why I asked. I'm asking you again. That's why I asked you. Otherwise, I would have gone ahead with the verse. Next verse. I mentioned 2 points, mind you. Point 1. Some people may say, along with devotion, or rather, within brackets, pure devotion, I will try to do demigod worship. For such people, you are creating a new set of karmas. For such people, this sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja is not applicable because the word parityajya is not been understood clearly. One who leaves, even let's say a person is going to die at the age of 90 and 89 years and 7 months, he did only demigod worship for some benefits. चलो गाड़ी दे दे, धंधा दे दे, बिजनेस दे दे, ये दे दे, वो दे दे, मांगता रहा भिखारी की तरह, और उसके लिए वो भक्ति करता रहा, जो भी हो. And 3 months before his death, he realized, oh, I should do pure devotion service. I should not waste my time in doing all this. Because इतने दिन में ये करते करते, because whatever you're going to get, whatever benefits you're going to get, गाड़ी मिला, धंधा मिला, बीवी मिला, बच्चा मिला, जो भी मिला, उससे आपने क्या किया? आपने कर्म की गठरी बढ़ाई. You increased your volume of कर्मस. सीधी बात है, गाड़ी लेके आप ऐसे रख के उसको आरती तो नहीं उतारोगे, बैठोगे उसमें, कहाँ जाओगे? अच्छी जगह भी जा सकते हो, गलत जगह भी जा सकते हो. Use and misuse is always there for everything. So, in that you already accumulated, let's say till the age of 89 years, 7 months, he has accumulated that much of karmas. But the day he realizes that and he leaves it, छोड़ देता है कि आप मुझे भक्ति नहीं, अभी मुझे प्योर भक्ति करना है, मुझे डेमिगॉड वर्शिप नहीं करना है. That time the law is applied. सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य. That time only this law is applied. That I will be free from all my sins. Sarva dharman paridhyajya maam ekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishami asucha. Otherwise, if one tries to do so-called self-satisfying devotional service, this I call it self-satisfying. Okay, all is well, all is well. My devotion is well, my devotion is well. Bol lena. But actually, C-grade devotion service, and last but not the least, you are having other worldly attachments. See, people have to do their duty, but should leave away their worldly attachments. Many people, Prabhuji, what is the need for me to come both Saturday night and Sunday morning? I am happy. Saturday night आ गया, ज्ञान तो ले लिया. Sunday morning YouTube available. What's the need for me to come? So what does this imply? You are having some self-realization. Is this self-realization good?
No.
Is it right? Jigar mein, hey Prabhuji, I have to go out for a marriage party. I have to go and attend my, leave my wife at the airport. I have to do this. I have to do that. Everyone will have some reason or the other. But that is not justified in the eyes of the Lord. Under whatever circumstances it may be, I am here standing, start 7 o'clock, I am on this chair. Saturday evening, and Sunday morning, 11 o'clock, I am in the chair. Why? What is the reason? I don't want to create more karmas. No self-reservation. That is what is Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Mam ekam sharanam raja. Sharanam is very, very difficult. शरण में आना बहुत मुश्किल है. शरण मीन्स व्हाट? आपका फ्री विल जीरो. योर फ्री विल इज जीरो. यू हैव ओनली व्हाट द गॉड इज टेलिंग यू हैव टू डू, or what the guru tells you have to do. This topic we'll discuss at large in Monday evening house program. We will discuss. There are important points which we have to understand. उसका लीला में आएगा. काफ़ी चीज़ें हैं. तो lecture will not be long, but it will be short, but it will have very much lot of important points. So how one has to take the guidance of the spiritual master and the guidance of a Diksha Guru also, and then finally one has to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Surrender is most demanding. Whenever this verse is explained, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, I always say, the boss says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Maham Ekam Sharanam Raja. बॉस क्या बोलेगा? सारा दुनिया को छोड़, तू सिर्फ मेरे कंपनी, मेरे काम पे फोकस कर. आम तो हम सर्व पापे भी मोक्षयामि मा शुचि. मैं तेरा प्रमोशन करा दूंगा, तेरा गाड़ी दिला दूंगा, लैपटॉप दिला दूंगा, सब करा दूंगा. घर पे आया आदमी थका मांदा, बीबी बोलेगी सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणम रज. सिर्फ मेरे पर आप सरेंडर करो, मैं तुम्हारा सब प्रॉब्लम दूर करूंगी. देर सब होने के बाद क्या? तो बच्चा बोला सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणम रज. द चाइल्ड ऑल्सो सेज, पापा आई एम, यू आर नॉट टेकिंग केयर ऑफ मी, you will take care of me, I am your whole and soul. So the whole world says that. When you come here, the Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru will tell you Sarva Dharman Parityajya Maham Ekam Sharanam. But what is this? What is the difference? There, the difference is there is some personal benefit, but here there is no personal benefit. That is the difference. Everyone says the same. You ask your building society, they will say, hey, इधर आजा ऑफिस, सोसाइटी के ऑफिस में आके काम कर. You go to your friend circle, छोड़ना यार, ऑफिस छोड़, धंधा छोड़, बीवी छोड़, बच्चा छोड़, आजा अपन रोज एवरी सैटरडे नाइट मिलेंगे, मजा करेंगे, घूमेंगे. So it is there every time. It is there every time. So we have to understand that this total surrender is required, and that is possible only when we are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So those in the mode of passionate sing are always attached to all the sub type of benefits, but not the true ones. Okay, so anybody has got any doubts, questions can ask, because we'll stop at 1.2.27. We'll start from 28. The next week we'll start. Yes, anybody has got any doubts, questions? Yeah, you can switch off the YouTube. Yeah. हाँ पूछो.